What do you do when life has stripped you bare?
This community has rallied around my family.
When you've been pushed to the edge, to a place we all fear, you jump in. You keep moving, trying to put distance between yourself and the pain.
I felt a need to move because I quickly realized that when I get still, I don't do anything. And I will wallow in that grief and that sadness to the point that I can't keep going.
Kimberly Gwynn is not the competitive type, but her husband Frank was.
He was this big boy on a little bitty bike and he couldn't swim to save his life.
An Atlanta firefighter who doted on their triplet daughters, Frank's best friend and training partner was his brother-in-law, Andrew Powell, who was married to Kimberly's sister, Sandra. The day before the half Ironman in New Orleans last April, Andrew was with Frank on a training ride when they were hit by a man driving with a suspended license.
I started calling his phone, and I just called, and he never picked up.
Frank was killed. Andrew was paralyzed with no guarantee he'd walk again.
Emotionally, it's hard. It was actually easier at Shepherd because I was in such a cocoon of everybody being so supportive. I mean, everybody there was all working with one goal to move you forward.
By September, Andrew was running, not as fast as his sub-3 hour marathons.
It's hard. It's really hard. Yeah, it's hard.
He had a new training partner, his sister-in-law.
It's a beautiful neighborhood.
I feel like I have to. I have this innate need to finish what Frank started. Like, always. It's with everything. Things that he did are the things that I cling to.
Over many months and hundreds of hours, Andrew and Kimberly logged the miles and the laps, building a foundation held together by persistence and grief and pain.
On that road back there, yeah, it's a lot of cars.
And fear.
I feel good on the bike physically. I feel like that's really came back and I feel really strong on the bike. Emotionally, there's a lot of thought that goes through it.
Look, they put fresh flowers out, guys.
Back in New Orleans, the day before the half Ironman, a year after Frank's death, they visit the site of the crash. Frank's girls are now 8 years old.
This is what they call a ghost bike.
Yeah.
And they paint it white and they put it out here to remind people to be safe.
Andrew says little. He remembers too much.
Hug everybody. How are you?
They visit the firefighters dispatched to the accident.
You guys are the reason Andrew's here. So thank you. Thank you.
Amid the hugs and the homemade gift of cookies.
1, 2, 3, go team!
You girls are cuter than your mom said you was.
Thank you so much.
One of the firefighters asked about Andrew's new tattoo. It reads, "No matter how much it hurts, how dark it gets, how hard you fall, you're never out of the fight." One wonders how many times Andrew tells himself these words come the next day. The hottest day of the year so far in New Orleans. After the 1.2-mile swim, it's hard.
How are you feeling?
It's 55 windy miles on the bike, eating as they go.
Woo!
Then the 13-mile run.
You're doing awesome!
Kimberly and Sandra stick together, trailing Andrew. The finish line proves how punishing the race has been. One can see the pain in Andrew's stride.
He says he feels every single one of the screws.
They'll never outrun all they've lost. But there is more.
Good job. Less than a mile.
There is life. A year later,
It didn't break me.
a life altered.
I'm still there.
He finishes what he and Frank started.
Andrew,
He was in my thoughts the whole time. To be able to go out here today, I felt like hopefully we made Frank proud.
So proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is what the man who loved a challenge,
I am Frank's wife.
who loved them,
Proud to be his wife.
would want.
Oh, it feels so damn good. Oh, it feels good.